Today's video is sponsored by Aniba.com, who have just launched their Black Friday sale. So it's live and it is the biggest and the best with games like Far Cry 6, GTA, Dead by Daylight, the list goes on. It is just absolutely insane, and if you get in on the flash sales, you can get up to 95% off. That's correct, 95%. So check the link in the description below. You definitely do not want to miss out on this. There are just tons of them, but of course the clock is ticking, so don't miss out. Click that link in the description below. So before I get into my review, let's break down some of the basics on what this character has in terms of abilities, which is now officially being confirmed. And let's also start off with the fact on how IGN probably were not the best people to be the first ones to reveal the gameplay for this character. Now, get in the comments, leave a like on this video. What do you think about this DLC from the gameplay you've seen so far? Do you like it? Do you not? What are your thoughts? Get in the comments and let me know. So, we know the gameplay was sent to IGN from Crystal Dynamics, so it's a 50-50 scenario here. We can't really put all the blame on IGN, although IGN did say it was like an early build, but it's basically the official review for this DLC. I can't see it actually being any different gameplay-wise from what we're going to get next week. So, it's basically the official review, at least in my opinion, on this DLC. Now, what IGN did confirm is that Spider-Man effectively swings from a glass ceiling in the air, as of course that is always a big question. Now, when Game Informer came out and done their review, it was a little bit more, I guess, better in terms of you had a better idea on what you can expect. So some of the things that Game Informer did mention is you can also knock webbed up foes into walls, making them stick there. Web shooters have alternate firing modes such as a charge shot, web bombs, and a web tether to stick enemies together, and a trap set on floors or walls that ensnare bad guys. Then it says you can build up his in-string ability meter, and Spider-Man can start executing takedowns on enemies without stunning them, which I think is a pretty cool feature. Then the second to last point is if Spider-Man is wall running, which can be done by running at a wall mid-combat, and does a leap and attack from that surface, he actually does extra damage. And lastly, he says the difference is that Spidey can wall run indefinitely, and he can run left, right, and up walls and back around corners to leap into web swinging. So again, making a character feel as smooth as possible. It sounds at least like that would have been the case, but we've seen the gameplay, and my opinion on this gameplay is, let's be honest, it's not the worst, but I feel like the standards were instantly set significantly higher than usual because, I mean, we never didn't not appreciate Insomniac's version of Spider-Man, but knowing what this character could feel like and how it has been presented by Insomniac Games definitely makes it very biased, I guess you could say, on how we all perceive this character. At least that's how I feel. So when I saw the gameplay, again, it is one of those situations where you can probably say, well, it might actually feel different if you actually play it with the controller, but the situation is, when I took a look at this gameplay, I kind of got a gist on how the character feels, and it kind of felt very stiff. Again, I haven't played the DLC, so it may be different when I'm actually having the controls in my hand and controlling that character, but from what I've just seen, it looks very stiff. The web swinging also feels a little bit weird. So the situation is, at first it looks great, and then it's like momentum happens and it's going very smoothly, and then it just kind of goes boxy again. Again, my opinion, am I completely saying, well, this is a bad build and is everything terrible? No, let's be honest, it is one of those scenarios where you can say, sure, it looks like a fun DLC character. The combat is basically more or less what I did expect. I didn't really expect anything worse than what we have seen, I guess you could say, or anything more in terms of being better. I guess it's pretty much just met in the middle of my standards as to what I had for this. Am I excited for the character? Absolutely. I think because there is going to be no story, and it is just literally a matter of us getting a brand new character and then being able to play with that character. Like, that genuinely does go a long way. I know he's going to be released with a ton of skins, and again, I don't know if this is the fact that it simply boils down to he doesn't have his own story or whatever it may be, but things just seem to be a lot smoother in terms of how much you can do with the character, in terms of customization of skins, etc., which so far from what we've seen have honestly not been bad. Let's be honest, that's something that I would actually like to say I think they've done a pretty good job on. Again, if they stick in this similar structure as what they're doing right now, which is basically just releasing characters without any backstory and seamlessly implementing them in through the cutscenes or whatever it may be, so you can literally just build up your own story, then that's going to be good, right? Because it allows them to add more characters. But my only fear is, okay, well, how many other characters can they add in a shorter time period to where there's going to be a lot of replayability, because that's something that the game lacks. I know, look, a live service game isn't for everyone, so my overall conclusion on this is I actually do like it. I think it's really, really exciting, because as fans, we haven't really had a character like this besides Black Panther to look forward to, and it was probably one of the most anticipated character since before we knew Black Panther was going to be in the game anyway. So it's been a long time coming, so it's definitely that really, really unfairly overrated character that everyone has been waiting for. It's just, how is it going to play out, and then how much replayability can you get from that? It may just turn out, and this is the direction that I feel like I've gone with this game, it's kind of just gone down the road on, I'm really interested, like when there's new updates and when there's new things being implemented or reworked completely. But it now, to me, has become a game where things like this situation, where a new DLC character gets released, you want to go ahead and boot the game back up, because why would you not want to do that? It's a free DLC, right? So in terms of that, you definitely get your money's worth of a game, because it is all free. So you can, I honestly feel like when it's free, you can only complain so much, right? Because again, you haven't paid for it. So I don't know. That's just my opinion on that. So it's like, even if it turns out to be one of the worst DLCs or way below people's expectations in terms of how the character plays out, maybe there'll be like some bugs and glitches, which there always is in general. Like, that is honestly nothing out of the ordinary. But again, how much can you really complain? You didn't really pay for it anyway, so that's my own, I guess, sort of personal expectations and how I deal with this right now. Because look, we've had DLC characters like Black Panther, which were really, really good. The story, the mini story that it comes with was absolutely phenomenal. And then you just find yourself back in the same position. And I will say it to this day, as much as I do love it, and I mean, a few things that definitely need to be added, in my opinion, are brand new maps in general, like city maps, etc., etc. That's something that I feel would be a lot more fun, as opposed to the current maps that we do have at the biomes in general. So I don't know if we'll see that in the near future, because again, that adds to that replayability factor. It's just a matter of, will it be added, will it not? You'll see a lot of negative reviews if you go to Twitter, if you go to other channels or articles, whatever it is, but this really is a DLC where you either like it or you don't, or you just kind of think it's like mediocre ultimately, and you take it for what it is, which is exactly what I'm doing. But is that not the best route to go down? I don't know. That's just me trying to really just be just a normal game player, right? Just actually take what I'm seeing and give my honest review on it, and that's where I stand right now. So leave yours in the comment section below. Of course, I will be doing a full in-depth review when we do get the DLC. I don't see my opinions changing so much, in all honesty, but you never know, we could be surprised. But leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you missed the Noir suit, which they released as well, check out the previous video. But I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and adios amigos.